Hey folks, this is Vagrant. Welcome back to Starfield. In the last video, we began to explore Ryujin Tower for the very first time, met a whole bunch of new people, got some new quests that we did, all that exciting stuff. But we have come to Ryujin for our interview. And again, it looks nazi to me, but that's neither here nor there. We're gonna check in. Hello, with Elaine Gotza.
You must be one of the candidates that Imogene Salzo is interviewing today. Her office is down the hallway to my left. Take another left at the conference room, follow it around to the right and up a small flight of stairs. Then take a left and keep heading that way until you see her office. Sounds like a maze, right? So if you want me to walk you back there or have any questions, just let me know.
I have two things to point out. I can find it myself.
Great. Well,
number one, she has the hair. that guy that I keep seeing has the exact same bloody haircut. Oh, three things I want to point out. Number two, why do I have an interview? Like, they must address the fact that my interview was terrible.
I suspect that if I were confined to life in an office like this, someone would end up being stabbed.
Yeah, does sound about right for you, Andreja. Thirdly, I said, and I think in the last video, I can't remember if that was yesterday or earlier today. I don't know what video this is. I think this is 57 maybe? I don't know. Or 58. I said I've only slept about 3 hours. Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. And I guarantee I'll still be up at stupid o'clock. I'll still be awake because the adrenaline kicks in and my sleep is a fucking nightmare and I can't get hold of it, and insomnia is a nightmare. So I had about 3 hours of sleep yesterday and it's now 5:45 in the morning. I've been awake for 20 hours or something, on 3 hours of sleep.
There's always
and I'm
work
just
to be done.
I'm just here.
Pace yourself.
I hope you're more
I'm just
prepared
here.
than the last one. Have a seat. And your friend can wait outside. I'm sure they understand.
I kind of already done that.
Make sure they understand that in the end, they need you more than you need them.
Thank you, Andreja. You're absolutely correct. This sea looks terrible.
All right, just to get a few things straight here. I'm Imogen Salzo, Senior Operations Specialist here at Ryujin Industries. I don't normally do this, but my counterpart Yuko is indisposed at the moment, so here I am. We're looking for someone to fill an entry-level administrative position. Apparently, our algorithm has failed us and believes you to be a decent match, which I'll take up with our technicians later. So, let's get this over with. Why do you want to work for Ryujin Industries?
Right, we're gonna bomb this. Oh no, we're not allowed to bomb it. Okay, well, Neon Street write it then. Grew up in the shadows of Ryujin Tower. It's time to see what this place is all about.
It's always nice to see the local residents take an interest in us. This next one should be interesting, considering you marked having 0 experience. Why do you consider yourself qualified for a job like this?
Sexy. It's entry level. Anyone can do this job. I'm not. I'm just winging it. I love all these answers.
And judging from your application, I take it that's why you applied. Not that I'm going to argue, since I feel the same. So, next question. How motivated are you to succeed?
Not very. Just hoping to not get fired.
Believe me, our standards for performance are high enough here that putting in the minimal effort is actually quite the effort. So, if you're looking to just lounge around, this certainly won't be the job for you. Some companies think of high turnaround as a negative, but here, we pride ourselves on it. And finally, my last question. If you worked here for 5 years, what role would you see yourself in?
I'm genuinely curious whether I can bomb the entire thing, you know, whether it's possible. I doubt I'll make it 5 months.
Ha! With that attitude, I think you meant 5 weeks. So look, since there's a million other things I'd rather be doing than this, not to mention that this isn't even my job, you're hired. On a probationary period, of course. Especially considering this criminal record of yours. First order. There's a meeting starting soon, and I need you to pick up the coffee order at Terra Brew. Fairly easy, so you shouldn't be able to screw it up. If there's a line, skip it. Tell them you're here for Imogen Salzo, and you should get served right away.
Imogen's not a real name. Look at this chair. Look at this chair. What is this? hard metal pokey back thing. I'm not about that life. So, as with the interview, well, as with the application, and as it turns out, oh hello, you have a real name.
You're interrupting me. Is this time accounted for?
What? No, I don't care if it is or not.
I will take that as a no. It's not accounted for. If time is money, then suffice to say Ms. Serrano would not be pleased with such a frivolous expenditure.
Time is money, friend. Well, Miss Serrano doesn't know won't hurt her.
She might disagree, but fine. Let's leave her out of it.
We're not even talking about anything.
And since you clearly have bandwidth to spare,
Oh, okay.
maybe you can help me clean up a, minor indiscretion.
Talk to me.
Good. Let me give you some background. Recently, I've been assisting the impoverished in both Ebbside and the underbelly. I pay for the occasional meal, clinic visit, or comfort. But I may have lost a slate in the process. I need you to locate and retrieve it for me.
Sure.
Then we have an agreement. Good. Go to the underbelly and talk to the panhandler, Huang. Discarded items are her specialty, so she may have come across the slate herself.
Great name.
If you can manage to find it, bring it back to me, and I will pay you for the time.
Alright.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. What I'm curious about for this quest chain, more than anything else, is how does it become interesting? I mean, I don't mean that it's not so far, but I mean, look, we're going to go get coffee, right? And this is a faction chain. So how does it end up scaling in a way to match, like, the Frontier, the 3-star Rangers? Or how does it scale up to match the UC one, where there's this terramorph threat across the universe? You know, I assume I'm not just going to run administrative tasks for the entire faction chain, so I'm just curious to see where they take it. Because right now, this is definitely the most low-key of the openings. Well, I'll go get the coffee. Last time I was recording, I was drinking my Starbucks, so I was getting the practice in without even knowing it. And it's probably another Starbucks morning anyway. I'm just getting practice in for a little bit later on today. Life is a disaster. I'm just depressed, if I'm totally honest. Everything's falling apart, and it'll take me a little bit of time. But it is well, at least I've got video games. And one-sided therapy. Hello. Oh wait, no, I need to queue. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, Andresia, there's a queue. Because I want to talk. So, I'm British, right? Mike's not English. It's important, but I am British. And Britain's quite known for its queuing. There's a queue culture in Britain. People queue. They know how to queue. People are very polite about queuing. There's decorum associated with queuing. I know that's very British stiff upper lip, but it's true. It's the case. So when we were in Tunisia, we were going on this catamaran ride. Catamaran ride, it's like a boat, basically. And we were queuing up, and we were near the front of the queue. But there's lots of locals there, and lots of tourists from other countries. And we'd formed like quite a nice queue, and then loads of people started barging forward. And I said, like, thinking, okay, most people don't. I was just in a jokey sort of way said, you can tell they're not British. Look at this queuing. And the only other British people there, this lad in front of us, turned around and goes, "You goddamn right, son." It crosses all boundaries. Hi.
Hello, and welcome to Terra Brew. How may I serve you?
Here to pick up an order for Imogene, which is a terrible name. So Imogen is a sexy name. Imogene is a stupid name.
Oh, the Ryujin order. You must be new. What happened to Tomo? Did he finally get that promotion?
I got fired is what happened. And this is the soulless suit they got to replace me.
Maybe this is where it comes from.
Tomo, I'm sorry. I know how hard you were working for that promotion.
4 years behind a desk, getting coffee, kissing up to that high and mighty Ularu Chen, just to get replaced by this nobody?
Mate, I have special powers. I literally have special magical powers.
Hearing that ad should have been the first sign they were gonna get rid of me. I bet Ularu was just waiting for the moment to hire you.
I doubt that.
And now that I've been terminated, It's only a matter of time before they send you after me.
Wait, what?
So I'm taking matters into my own hands.
You're gonna try to kill me?
Believe me, it's either you or me.
I believe you have grossly misunderstood the situation. If you put the gun down, perhaps we can come to an understanding.
Persuade.
You want to talk? I'll tell you what. You get one chance to prove you deserve this job.
Oh, Andreja
Change my
approved.
mind, and I'll walk away. Fail, and I think you know where this is headed.
Yeah, you'll be dead, you numpty. Throwing your life away here.
You can't be that good. Not yet.
I am. You don't even know me. I'm not your enemy.
You act like you're better than me. You're not.
Am I gonna burn an auto persuade on this? Neither of us wants to risk the worst happening.
Nobody wants that.
Come on, one more, one more.
Don't you think I'm a pushover?
Sad.
Looks like I'll be doing Ryujin one last favor after all.
If you were...
Quick.
Hey, be careful not to point that thing at... I have things I wish
I'm sorry,
to discuss
Tomo.
with you.
No, that's sorry. That's 1200 credits. Oh, we need a coffee.
Well, that just made my day more interesting. Look, I don't want any trouble, but I'd get fired if I didn't call security to get this body out of here. So I'd head back to Ryujin ASAP and let Miss Salzo know if I were you.
Can I have where's the coffee?
Long as you do, you've got nothing to worry about.
She gave me the coffee. So that was interesting. They've got big turnover. They pride themselves on that. People don't last very long, but the ex-employees get killed. Is there no... Yeah, I mean, that's what it seems like. They send the new employees to kill the ex-employees.
I have been curious. I know that your role in Constellation was thrust upon you in an unusual way. But that experience does not demand that you stay. You could have delivered the artifact and then left. Why do you stay?
For you, babes. There's so much going on this week. Good group of people. They need my help.
They are dedicated in their cause. This is rare and admirable, I think.
Depends on the cause.
My past is complicated. And anyone in Constellation will tell you I do not speak much of it. But my family always stressed the importance of having a purpose in life. You must have a reason for being.
Hopefully you leave a little time for fun too.
Fun is not a consideration.
Oh.
I am not saying I am incapable of it. It just should never be a priority over other things. When I first came to New Atlantis, I was shocked at how many people go about their business every day like drones. They do their jobs, eat their food, sleep in their beds, all seemingly without concern for anything around them. Complacent. Their experience is so different from much of the settled systems. They do not know how good they have it.
Whilst that might be true, this is a very common fallacy where people think that they have a wider view of the world compared to everyone else. Like, they see other people going about their daily lives and they think to themselves, look at them, drones, no thoughts in their head. Whereas everyone else on that train or bus or whatever, it's always on a train typically, is thinking the exact same thing about you. There's no way to know what someone else is going through. I don't want to annoy her though, but that's exactly what I mean.
Yes, they were. I did not grow up amidst such luxury. Purpose cuts through adversity. I know that all too well. And these people seem to have no idea.
Sorry life has been hard for you.
I am not asking for pity. I have done what is necessary to bear my burdens, and it has led me here.
Okay. No
My
pity.
family is unique within the settled systems. I grew up outside the bounds of the United Colonies, or the Freestar Collective. My parents, and their parents before them, did not believe anyone outside our family could be trusted or relied upon. You can imagine, I am sure, how existence without ties to others is challenging in space.
Getting by on your own is admirable.
It has certainly proven valuable.
She like that.
Saved me. A few times, without question. For now, though, it would seem you and I have found purpose in Constellation. I believe that is enough. I am pleased that we have common cause, and have enjoyed our time together. Thank you.
To flirt more. I'm thinking that popped up because it shows she liked something we did in the coffee shop where we tried to negotiate with the guy rather than shoot him in the face. So, and then she started to talk to us, right? So what I'm assuming is that as you increase their affinity with you, it unlocks new dialogue options. I've heard that there's got, like, quests and stuff like that, so we might have to take that affinity option and try to level everyone up. I fear that I may have messed that up at this point. But anyways, my point is, I feel like that's what's going on. So we need to keep getting her to like us more, and hopefully we'll unlock at least more of her backstory and stuff like that. Obviously, Sarah was one of the higher ones for us, but she's freaking dead, so I can't do much with that one. But same with Barrett. We could hang out with Barrett for a bit and probably get some new info on him at some point about his dead husband, all that jazz. And all that jazz.
A gala at the new Atlantis Free Star Embassy. That'd be a good way to gather intel.
A gala? Hello, a gala? La gala, la galo. Oh, speaking of, well, not really speaking of at all, but we're playing a Bethesda game, so I'm going to talk about it. Obviously, there was you've probably seen it weeks ago now, three weeks ago now, for you folks at home, but there was a leak from the FTC case about Microsoft trying to buy Activision Blizzard. And obviously, Microsoft bought Bethesda a couple of years ago, whatever it was. And all these documents got leaked about what the future plans are. So the plan is for Elder Scrolls to come out in, I believe, 2016, so about 3 years away, which seems optimistic. I'm betting 2017 at the earliest, personally, if not later. But also that they were... It's not guaranteed, you know, these documents, things are liable to change, but they talked about a remaster for Oblivion and Fallout 3. Two of my old... Fallout 3 is my probably most played game of all time. I would love a remaster of Fallout 3. I would play the bejeebus out of that game. Anyway, it's just what you should know. And the same with Oblivion. Hundreds of hours in those games. Very excited about the possibility of a remaster.
I hope that coffee is still hot considering the time it took you to get it. You either need to learn this city or how to deal with distractions. So, what was the holdup?
I'm pointing the goddamn gun in my face. Maybe I'm a slow walker.
Good answer. And the one I was hoping for, since we learned of the incident before your return. Your handling of the Tomo situation has caught some attention, and we'd like to try you out in a different role at the company. And since Yuko isn't here to object, your new position starts right now. So, congratulations, you've been promoted. Not bad for your first day, right?
None of this was ideal, but at least something can be salvaged from the situation.
Andreja must be confused. Like, why am I going and getting like a basic office administrative job? It makes no sense. Unless we think. We have to kind of play it in a roleplay sense in that our character thinks something suspicious is going on at Ryujin and we're trying to infiltrate the organization. That means I'm getting a raise.
Of course. We believe in risk versus reward here. I'm promoting you to junior operative. The position is a bit more complicated and completely confidential. Your main duty is to add influence when necessary to ensure success of the business. Any questions so far?
Go get a coffee, shoot someone in the face, get a promotion. Why aren't all jobs as easy? I'm good.
Really? Well, this transition may be easier than I thought. Now, let's get that coffee delivered. I'll gladly take mine. And since Yuko's still a no-show, feel free to keep hers. The other recipients are eagerly waiting for you in the conference room.
God, I want a coffee. Starbucks isn't open yet. Let's go meet Genevieve, Camden, and Alexis.
Can I help you?
No. And Linda. I'm already doing a mission for you. Don't give me that jip. Hello, hello, bar. Yeah, you tell me.
Coffee.
Yes.
You'd think we'd want to support our own subsidiary and get tranquility more often, but Terra Brew it is.
Tea's just not the same, you know. Like, look, I don't mind a cup of tea. I know I'm British, I should love tea. And like green tea and stuff like that. I don't mind a cup of green tea. But it always smells incredible and tastes like hot water. Maybe they should buy it.
Terra Brew would be a substantial purchase, but we fully intend to develop the Tranquility brand.
Well, buy both from
Current
corner of the
projections
market.
are set to surpass Terra Brew within the next 5 years.
Fair play.
Tea-talk aside, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Lyndon Calderi, Chief Financial Officer. I'll be the one deducting expenses from your pay every time you manage to screw up. Which, from the sound of it, might be often.
I didn't do anything wrong. I never screw up. You aren't anything to deduct.
We'll see. We've yet to have an operative with a perfect record. This introduction was not annoying. I hope our future encounters are as productive.
Yeah, I came up, gave you business advice as the CFO, and then said that I'm perfect. It's the ideal introduction. Camden Cho.
So, fetching coffee 1 minute and junior operative the next.
I'm a high flyer.
Cameron Cho, supply chain manager for Ryujin.
No, it's not a real job.
We won't work together much, but as part of the same department, hopefully I'll be seeing you around.
Barista says she triple-checked the grind herself.
Ah, so she remembered. Not that I expect much out of Terra Brew coffee, but hey, I suspected their grinder was on its last leg. Anyway, welcome to the team. Oh, and just a heads up, people in your position don't typically see the brighter side of Ryujin Industries. But rest assured, this is a great company, and the work we do goes toward benefiting millions.
Somehow I don't believe that.
Well, there's a reason we're the #1 tech corporation in the settled systems. If we were truly that bad at our core, I doubt we'd still be operational.
That is
Of course, you'll be forming your own opinions as you go.
one of the most naive things
Just
I've ever
keep an open
heard.
mind. No,
Anything.
thanks for the coffee.
If anything, being the dominant tech company makes me instantly think you are corrupt as all hell. Never mind that one of your ex-employees is trying to shoot me in the face.
Coffee, finally. Well, let's have a look at you.
Sexy. Hope you like what you see. I'm quite the specimen, I know.
Sounds like something my son would say. And no, I don't mean that as a compliment. I'm Alexis Price, head of the legal department here, and I'll be direct. Any legal troubles you cause as an operative, witnesses, getting arrested, are my troubles. So steer clear of law enforcement.
Gonna be a busy
We
girl,
may
eh?
have connections with Administrator Bayou and the Freestar Rangers, but they aren't the ones I prefer to abuse.
I'm like a ghost. No one will ever catch me.
Good. Then we should get along just fine.
I'm trying to be annoying and sarcastic, and they're just taking me at face value, and it's very annoying. Tone is not coming through correctly. Hello. Can't seem to...
Just what I needed. Imogene said she hired someone new.
Not a real name.
I'm Genevieve, head of marketing and public relations.
Nice to meet you.
Likewise. Anyway, it's good to put a face to the new operative. The only question now is how much work are you going to be?
Oh, so much. So much. Oh, whatever.
Yeah, that's what they all say. Just know that one screw up for you means a lot of overtime and sleepless nights for me and my team. So, any precautions you can take will be greatly appreciated.
Alright. See you later, gang. Come on, Adrasia. Let's go talk to Imogene. It's not a real name. So you know. I'm gonna keep telling you that. I'm gonna wear you down. It's not really... Oh, it's a Wilby! Wait, we've already got this Wilby though, don't we? I'm gonna steal an extra Wilby. Only allowed one of each Wilby. Apparently there are mini Wilbys. I haven't seen them yet. It's like the bloody snow globes, which don't actually exist. Imogene.
I hope you enjoyed your little meet and greet.
Aubergine.
I thought you'd like to know the execs who you'll be impacting while on the job.
Basic theme was don't get caught.
That doesn't surprise me. Now that you've met a few of the execs, let's get you started. We have reason to believe that our friends at Kelt Corp are trying to hack into our R&D server, since we're both competing for a contract right now.
Big mistake on their part.
My words exactly. We can't allow them to win the contract, nor can we allow the action to go unpunished. I'll be giving you a data slate with a file that you'll need to upload through one of their computers.
Consider it done.
Remember, this is confidential. We can't have anyone at Kelcorp getting suspicious. When all is said and done, it should be as if you were never there. Here's the data slate. Good luck.
Okay, so what I need is a way to do this so that I can progress at Ryujin without actually doing it. Because I like Kelcorp, because that's where Clover is. And Clover's cool, so we don't want to screw over Kelcorp. Even if I get the feeling her dad's a bit of a dick. But everyone's dad's a bit of a dick, so... That's how, it's not her fault her dad's a dick, you know? We are not responsible for the sins of our parents. Anywho. Okay, now I'm sleepy. Apologies if you're sleepy and I'm making it much, much worse. I think I'm going to level up Affinity. I don't think we can immediately, though, is my concern. We're not that close to leveling up, are we? No, not really. Although I haven't done a farm in a little while, so...
Oh, I do not get paid enough to deal with stuff like that.
People are really freaking out around me. Is it just my natural aura? Oh no, buddy. Buddy. Oh, I can... Okay, I need to... Sorry, I got an itchy face. I didn't think I'd be able to pick this up. I'm really surprised. I need to... I want to flip it. Eh. Come on. Come on. Come on, you and me, buddy. Come on. God damn. Okay, and then left. Come on.
Things have gotten pretty bad in Ebside lately.
That's nothing new.
Hey, we did it.
Dumb.
You okay?
Maybe we should set up more posts in the area.
Why bother? If they want to tear themselves to shreds, let them. As long as all that stays out of the plaza, our job is done.
If you're wondering what that smell is, it's...
Class warfare is the only real warfare, remember that. Seen it all over the bloody place here in Neon. Is that a spider web in my corner? Yeah. Okay, I'm going to chat to Clover to see if I can do anything about this.
Welcome to Kelpcore.
Hi, Clover.
Clover McKenna at your service.
Everything's fully settled with Saburo?
Yeah. I sent along the credits to my father and convinced him to excuse
If
all
ever.
of the late penalties. He was a bit more reasonable about it than I expected.
Oh.
As for Saburo and I, we're working closer than ever before. On a plan together. For his business. To get it back on track, I mean, he really is a lovely man. Probably one of the most honest in this godforsaken city. It'll be my pleasure to help him get back on his feet.
And then back off him again, am I right?
Nice visiting with you.
Hi, you're so love. Hi,
What? I'm working here.
You're not working. You're not working.
Back off. That's an order, not a suggestion.
You're all very aggro, aren't you? Right, I've got to be able to do something here. I'm going to save it, just in case. Nearly. Okay. Well, I guess I did it. I don't really want to do it, but I guess I've done it. Sometimes, to move up the corporate ladder,
Sorry, I'm busy at the moment.
you've got to break a few eggs, you know? And in this case, I'm breaking someone else's eggs, which is a bit rude, but it is what it is. We're going to get to the top to uncover it all. It's kind of like, if you work... Right, you're an undercover cop. Yeah, your name's George. And you are trying to take down
Another day.
a mafioso. You're trying to take down the Yakuza. And, you know, you need information. You need to know who their leaders are, who their important people are, where they're all going to be, all this kind of jazz. So you join the Yakuza. You kind of work your way up through the Yakuza. And in order to do that, you're going to have to do, if you're deep undercover, you're going to have to do some shady stuff. It's the way it is. You're paying a small price in order to obtain a larger prize. The problem is, you're not the one paying the price, other people are the one paying the price, and they don't get a say on whether they pay it and whether it's worth it for them. You know, you're making that choice for them, which is inherently immoral. But the point is, that's what's going on here. We're paying a moral price for a greater moral good later on. I'm not saying it is morally justified, I'm saying that's what we're doing.
Imogene's a stickler for
As technicians, we handle prep and post.
Well, look who survived their first assignment. How'd it go? Anything to report?
Just my sadness.
I know what you mean.
Not a single setback. Huh. I knew you were going to be perfect for this job.
You can tell from my interview,
If
right?
you recall, setbacks
My
mean a lot of
application.
things for a lot of people. Payoffs, cover stories, cleanup crews. You get my drift. The cleaner your work, the more intact your payments stay. I'm sure you understand.
I don't exactly have a reputation for clean. Sure, yeah. Well,
Exactly. In the meantime, I'll make sure that slate is properly disposed of. So, now that we know you're capable of handling some light cyber mischief, let's try your hand at a little framing. One of our subsidiaries, Arboron, is currently competing for a contract against Laredo. Now, the buyer likes to keep their associations clean, and will be sending a representative to Laredo in Aquila City for an evaluation. We just need you to visit their office first and accidentally leave behind some incriminating evidence against their company. Good. This one should be easy to pull off. Laredo has their own building, unlike Keltcorp, so at least there's only a single layer of security to deal with. Here's the slate we need you to plant. It holds confidential files that'll cast the perfect negative light on our friends at Laredo. Now, get going.
some underhanded nonsense going on here, I tell you. Whilst we're here, though, we will do that other little mission we just got. No, I'm not. Wait, no. I was just thinking, well, this mission might end up like being huge. I don't know. It could be a gigantic mission for all we know. But we're here. Get used to it. Love this dragon. Right, so we're gonna go talk to Wong. That's my mating call. I can hear a yawn in the distance. She's on her way. I had a weird night last night. Was it last night? No, it can't have been last night. Oh, was that? Wait. Let me think about this. Not only have I not slept, but I've drank several gin and tonics since last night. And then sobered up and carried on with my day. Huh. Kind of wow, my grip on time has a friend of mine was in a bad way yesterday, so I went round and spent a few hours with him and had a drink. Well, a few drinks. And then it got a little bit weird.
What if we just bought
Underbelly? Have we been to the Underbelly? We might have walked there naturally. I don't think we ever got a lift down there. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I remember this. Look at the lighting, man. Look at the colours. Absolute beauty. Right, I'm going to get a picture of the fish. Whatever it is. I saw another mod that I want, which is like, it just unlocks photo mode, basically. So you can travel further and stuff like that. That's great. How about the other side? No, I think I prefer this side. Good stuff. Thumbnail. Because, you know, it's a metaphor. It's a shark. And it's hung up. It's dead. Alright? But sharks, you know, it's often said that to be good at business, you have to be a bit of a shark yourself. Focused and lean and hungry.
I would hope for the sake of these workers.
It's for a
After a while,
good store around here.
Get used
Quick
to the
shop.
smell.
Nice if it would stop raining.
Would it make a difference, Catherine?
Hello.
Hello.
I'm sorry if I sound rude, but would you mind coming back later?
Oh no.
We're actually closed right now. I just forget to pull down the shutters?
I hope nothing terribly bad has happened.
I'm afraid so, but I don't really want to talk about it right now. Perhaps another time, when I'm feeling up to it. I'm afraid not, but come back tomorrow and perhaps I'll be strong enough to speak to you. Right now, I can't.
I'm very curious.
I said I'd talk. Yes, of course. Please forgive a foolish old woman for forgetting her manners. By all means, take a look.
My dad's just woke up to go to work. That's where we're at now. Oh, she sells 8. Oh, it's a food store. It's not really what I wanted anyway. I'm going to come back tomorrow, though. Oh, actually, coming back tomorrow has reminded me that we have to keep an eye on this. It's not even been a single day, but it's good to keep an eye on it. And obviously, time is going to pass differently. Does time pass differently? I need a chair. I need to find this out.
That's nothing new. The place is a dump.
I think because this is Freestar Space. I know 1 hour is 27 minutes, so we're moving through time a little bit faster, but not much. 50% faster, I suppose.
All that stays out of the plaza, our job is done.
I was hoping for like a general store, but I'm not seeing one anywhere. Alright. Oh, you're here. Hey.
If you got any spare creds, I can always take them off your hands.
No.
Hey, Chief, you got any creds you can spare?
No. Here you go.
Thank you kindly. You're a class bass, you know that?
I do know that.
I'll do my best to someday pay you back. Street's honor. This isn't a donation, it's an investment.
Have some credits.
Wow. You really did me a solid, Chief. I've got no words.
This would have been me at one point, you know, this kid here on the streets, little street urchin, would have been my character. And my character made it out and got tons of money, so the least you can do is pay it back. A Ryujin technician wanted to know if you found any slates.
Oh, I totally did. Found it in the dumpster right next to a half-eaten chunk.
Nice.
And it was perfect timing, really. You see, the other day, the wind got a nasty cough and blew away all of my business spreadsheets. But that won't happen with this slate. It's like wind resistant.
What's our mission? I don't remember.
Way ahead of you, Chief. I was gonna wipe that slate like a dirty counter. You tell your pal at Ryujin, all his weird corporate secrets are safe.
Alright, cheers, Wong. Seem like a good egg. I like you. I might skip forward today and try to talk to her.
Keep it moving.
Let's do it. I'm not totally sure it's going to work, but what is going on with my character's eyes? It's like a consistent weird thing. Sometimes they're shut, sometimes they're sort of semi-open. That time one was shut and one was kind of flickering all weirdly. It's just a very strange, consistent bug where my character's eyes are bonkers. I like this. We can actually see the changing time of day. We never do this. Every time I've waited in the past for like a long period of time, typically has been inside, right? It's the first time we've seen it in an exterior in ages. Just want to make sure it's past. I'm just going to wait the whole 24. See if she'll have a chat with me now. Oh, eyes open. Amazing. Want to chat? Wait, who's Leonard? What's going on over there?
Try some trawl?
No, you're not Leonard. I will trust you anyway.
Welcome to Xeno Fresh Seafood. Would you like to try some trawl?
No. What's trawl?
Trawl is an extruded polypaste blend made from premium organic seafood caught only a few hundred meters from our location. It's healthy, tasty, delicious, and served in a convenient disposable applicator tube.
Why would it be an applicator? What am I applying it to other than my face? Well, my mouth hole.
My apologies.
What's up, Glenn?
If you wish to register a complaint, please fill out one of our comment slates and submit it to our corporate office.
No, I'm not a Karen.
If you're upset, please fill out one of our comment slates and submit it to our corporate office.
Truly the pinnacle of both cuisine and business acumen.
In the meantime, may I suggest you try a tube of trawl? It's won the Voli Benthic Cuisine Award 9 years in a row.
What's the real deal with trawl?
Yeah, trust me, you don't want it. They take everything left over from the Aurora processing and grind it into a paste. Yeah, guts, bones, and all. And then they add some kind of oh God, what do they call it? Alginate? Yeah, they say they add that for vitamins. Gross, right?
Like, I don't mind processed fish. I love a crab stick. A fish stick, whatever you happen to call them. They're not fish or crab, quite frankly. But would I want a tube of fish? No, probably not.
Hey, why don't you give me a break? I work at this shop all day, every day, elbow deep in trawl. It's gross. I mean, it totally sucks. Smelling like fish paste all the time. It doesn't scrub out. Believe me, I've tried. Look, I can't really talk about this. If they see me talking to a customer about anything but food, I'm gonna get fired, and I can't lose this job. If they boot me out of here, I don't get my employee allotment of Aurora. Just give me a break, will ya? Yeah, bye, I guess.
That might well be a mission to give him Aurora, but I'm not going to drug peddle. I have nothing against drugs, by the way. But I'm not going to drug peddle to cheer this guy up at his bad job. It's just not going to happen. You want to chat today?
Oh, there you are. I'm feeling a bit better today. Sorry about all that before.
That's all right.
The thing is, well, I lost my husband Thomas last week. He supposedly had a heart attack and fell from the upper platform. Of course, that's the official word from Neon Security. I'm not so sure they're telling me the truth.
I wouldn't trust them.
You're damn right I do. How that security officer could stand there and tell me Thomas died of a heart attack. Well, it's a damn lie is what it is. I'm sorry, this is my problem. You're just here to shop, and here I am filling your head with my conspiracy theories. Please forgive me.
I'm here for the conspiracy theories.
Oh my. You're the first person in this awful, awful city that's reached out to help me. Thank you.
Stop slating my hometown, though. So I have to find out the truth.
The truth is all I've ever wanted. I suppose the proper place to start would be with Neon Security's witness, Tevin Anastas, that pompous ass over at the Emporium in Neon. Just please be very careful. I don't want to end up with 2 murders on my conscience. It was nice speaking to you.
You too, buddy. She doesn't want the truth. She wants the truth as it aligns with her current viewpoint. And people do this all the time. It's a big thing on Twitter, X, I guess. Right-wingers in particular. It's all, oh, we're searching for the truth, or the truth they don't want you to hear. Never mind that you're all peddling the exact same goddamn version of this truth. But it's not the truth, inverted commas. It's the truth as it aligns with your worldview. Because the fact is, for the vast majority of things, there is no such thing as objective truth. It just isn't. It doesn't exist. Even the act of observation changes what you're observing. Objective truth doesn't exist. Especially when it comes to politics and stuff like that. Well, oh God, it just annoys me. And people eat it up. Right, Russell Brand in the news at the moment, right? It was a few weeks ago he said he's going to get cancelled or something. He's like preparing himself, knowing what's going to come out. And what was being reported on is, you know, he's been sexually abusive and stuff like that. And you know what it is? You know what the funny thing is? Over the last year or two, something like that, he's been peddling more and more right-wing views on like YouTube, on his YouTube channel and stuff like that. He used to be quite a leftist, and he's become progressively more right wing. And as soon as all this sexual abuse stuff comes out, who comes to his defense? All the right wingers, because of course, because he dares to speak to truth and stuff. It's just the mass media trying to bring him down. That's all it is. Being right wing is a fantastic defense against all manner of suggestion and implication and crime.
What is it? Make it quick. I have a deadline.
Dave's been erased.
I see. That is actually an acceptable outcome.
Of course it is.
Given my deadline, I'll go ahead and rewrite the data and pass it on to the operative. If the data on the original slate has been erased, then no harm is done, save for the cost of the hardware. The cost will come out of your reward, of course, you understand. But thank you for your efforts all the same.
1,000 credits? 1,000 goddamn credits? 1,000 goddamn credits? It's because I wanted to leave Huang. She has to have a slate to do her business dealings. Who am I to take that away from her? Finders keepers, you know? Could have bought it off her maybe, but... Right, to Aquila City. What I might do, actually, what we're going to do, we're going to do this. And we're going to go... Oh, that's going to be really boring, though. We'll survive. We're going to go wait. I'm a little bit paranoid if I start flying around to, like, Aquila and further afield. That time is going to pass. And I'm going to miss it. And I think this is a one-time thing, so... We can't hold like 5 funerals, you know, we have to be here. So we're just gonna hang around and have the memorial and be sad.
I
Is
do
the
not
plan?
spend as much time here as some of the others, but I appreciate that I was still given my own room.
Where are we having this? Actually, there's more people here than there usually is. I don't know where Sam is. I think Sam's the only one who's not here. Or maybe Barrow. I don't know where Barrow is either.
Thank you for helping me out with the artifacts.
Where the heck am I going?
We can pay to fix the damages.
Nearly. Oh, handy. Oh, fair play, Starfield. It's good stuff. Oh man, this is gonna be sad. Well, obviously it's gonna be sad. Wait to skip the memorial? No, right, let's attend the memorial service for Sarah.
I thought maybe I would come up with something to say, but I've got nothing. So, instead, I thought I would quote something that gave me comfort a long time ago. Is God real? The more proper question would be, is reality divine? Existence itself is a mystery which yearns to be uncovered. What is goodness but a comparison to the good? What is existence but a participation in being? For where the diversity of the universe inspires awe and wonder, it exists only in contrast to a simplicity so pure that it may only be understood as primordial and even divine. Our essence is what was imagined by its mind, but what we consider imagining and what we consider mind are in fact so far beyond our understanding that even these metaphors are like the tiny whitecaps on a massive searching sea. There's more, but those are the parts that speak to me the most. Thank you.
That was really thoughtful, Mateo. Thank you. Does anyone else want to say anything?
I'll say something. Vladimir and Sam are both not here. There's Cora. Thank you all for coming. Sarah, oh wait. Thank you all for coming. Sarah was my friend. She was more than just Constellation's chair. She was the best among us. Sus. And I'm gonna miss her for the rest of my life.
Thank you. If anyone else wants to say something.
I'll have a chat with everyone.
I hope this is all okay. Between fixing things up and sending out messengers and getting all the paperwork done. It's not much.
It's a weird... You kind of live this life knowing that at some point... I've never spoken at a funeral because everyone who died... Grandmother, grandfather... Yada yada. I was moderately young. I've not lost anyone human since I was older. You know, since I was turned 18 or whatever. No one's died since I turned... Oh, my granddad died when I was like mid-20s, but we didn't go to the funeral. It was in America. It was all a weird affair. I haven't gone to a funeral in a long time, is what I'm trying to say. Actually, well... I've not been to a funeral where I would be expected to talk. The last funeral I went to when I was in college, my friend died at like the age of 16, which was rough.
I guess everyone's quieter these days.
I haven't been to a funeral since then. But you kind of, like, assuming something doesn't go horribly wrong in your own life, you kind of live life, and this is a bit morbid, I know, but knowing that at some point you're going to have to go and speak at funerals. Your parents, your grandparents, if you're a bit older and they're still around, your siblings, friends, partners, hopefully not children. If you really consider morality, it could be a little spooky for people, but if anything, you just got to realize that just means, you know, you really should take advantage of all the time you've got. Anywho, it's fine, Noel. Thank you, Noel.
Good. Good.
She's a good egg. I like her jacket.
If I talk any longer, I'm gonna start crying.
Aww.
Could you excuse me?
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry.
I don't often speak about what I believe in. It seems so redundant with how I live. But death is one of those occasions where it's hard not to look inward. Our friend is gone. There's no afterlife or second meetings. No God in heaven that is curating a perfect ending for him. So it's up to us. We are what lives on. If the pain of loss inspires us to greater action, then that is the good that comes from this. Humanity is what truly creates our world. We are the ones that judge things to be good or evil, joyful or mournful. Let us take responsibility for it. Let us remember what we have lost.
Walter, are you part of the House of Enlightenment? I never knew that.
Yes, well, I like to keep some things private.
That surprises me.
Everyone is in mourning. I understand, but I cannot quite share in their emotion.
She's quite new, isn't she? What do you mean?
After the shock of what happened faded, I have felt nothing else. Just a numbness.
Everything about us breaks down.
You've been mourning too in your own way.
I have seen death. I have lost people I considered close.
Or due to the lack of a bio,
But this is...
simply carried away by space.
It is not the same. I cannot explain why. I am not sure I am making sense.
Coalesce with other debris.
No right way to feel.
Not comforting.
Thank you.
But I disagree.
Tracy, I love that.
Do you know what I find uncomfortable?
Vasco, do you have any feelings?
I am told these types of gatherings are a sad occasion. That assumption appears to be correct.
Vasco, you're the best. That's right, Vasco.
I appreciate you verifying my analysis, although I am certain my thanks will do little to improve your current psychological trauma. If you would like, though, I can add some consoling language to my programming.
Oh, please do.
It will take some time to adapt, but it will be okay. How was that?
That was strangely sad and strangely.
I will note that feedback for later.
It's kind of like if someone dies and you've got a kid or something, and they're trying to process it, so they don't really understand in the same way, so they just ask if you're okay, but they don't really know why or what's going on. That's how Vasco feels. Who are you? Sorry, who is this person? Who is Asia?
I don't believe we've met. Ajay Mamasa.
Aja.
Former chair of Constellation.
Oh, wow.
I wish the circumstances of my visit were better.
Me too.
Unfortunately, this isn't the first Constellation funeral I've been to. After 35 years, you say goodbye to a lot of friends. I hope you don't mind me saying, but I feel numb just thinking about it. Sarah meant the world to me. She was the future. I knew it as soon as I met her.
I feel like Sarah, of all the people you could lose, Sarah must be the highest impact as well, given she ran the whole thing, and she was like the first proper character you meet and stuff like that. Well, actually, you meet Barrett first, but you know what I mean.
Oh, yes. I was Sebastian Banks's protege. If that gives you any idea of how long I was part of our little club. Knew him, argued with him, tried to carry on his memory when he vanished. Sebastian will be back tomorrow, we always used to say. It reminded us that he was still here, in the bones of this old building.
Maybe he's a starborn.
Exactly the same as when you met her, I bet. Determined. Fearless. With just a small hint of delight on her face when she knew she was winning, eh? My only problem as a mentor was trying to convince her to be more tactful. Those old military instincts would always get her in trouble. Yes. She could make me so angry, or so happy. We used to joke that we were married. I bet relationships in Constellation are still messy, aren't they? We're more of a family than an organization. All the former lines bleed together. It makes the losses sting harder. But I hope it means the time you had together was all the more important. That's how I like to think of it anyway.
Very accurate. Sad. Okay, and you got to talk to all three of those. But I need to run the video because I'm going to fall asleep, but I also need to catch my dad before he goes to work, so slightly terrible timing. But next video we'll have a chat with the remaining members of Constellation and then get back to things, I guess, leave when we're ready. But yeah, I want to check in with everyone. You know, I think we're not leading this thing. I think Barrett, I don't think anyone really seems like a I don't think anyone other than our character actually seems like a natural replacement for Sarah. Barrett, I think, is maybe a little bit too happy-go-lucky kind of guy to pull it off. But who knows? Maybe he'll step up. We'll see what happens. But a sad occasion. Sarah was cool. I'm honouring her by wearing her dead clothes. Thank you for joining me. Cheers much as always. Bye-bye.